what's your opinion? What's your point of view about the role of a business plan? So is it needed or not, or how should you use it? Or
I'm not sure that it's needed, but I think it's actually useful
mhm,
to map out what you're doing. Even if you know it's going to change, I think that it's when I did a company a few years ago, a music site, and I remember telling my partner, I said, we're going to write a business plan, and then we're going to in a year we're going to rip it up. It's not going to matter. But you have to. I think it's useful to do one because it helps you kind of think about where your opportunities are. I think
mhm,
it helps you think realistically about how viable the business is. And just because I think it's tempting to sort of say, well, it doesn't matter. You don't have to figure out what the business model is. That's true, but you should at least have some idea of how you might make money down the line.
right,
Even if it's not necessarily the most fully formed thing, I think that, I see a lot of things that are great features and aren't really businesses, and then they go out of business. And, uh, and so I think that unless you're going to have like a Twitter-like success,
mhm,
you have to have some idea of how you're going to make money. And I think that writing a business plan does force yourself to at least think about those things, even
mhm,
if you have to concede that that what that model is might change, what the product is might change, those sorts of things. And whether I think it's useful to do whether or not you're going to raise money, because I think that it forces you to think about how you're going to operate the business and the things that you're going to have to do to make it work. Whether or not it's going to be successful or not, is almost a secondary issue. It's literally how are you going to run the business on a day-to-day basis, a year from now? Like who's going to do what and where's the money going to come from? Like that, those sorts of things are really actually useful to get on paper.
yeah.
It actually, I think it helps your thinking to write those things down.
Yeah, so it's more a kind of thinking process, trying to think about different aspects that are linked to create a business. You were just talking how you get revenues and stuffs like that, and then it's just taking the time to think about it
Yeah,
and to iterate also, I suppose, a little bit
yeah.
about the initial idea and the way you would like to put in place, bring it to life.
I think it's like a discipline. It's like
Mm-hmm.
a self discipline kind of thing where it's like you force yourself to have to confront some of the hard questions. Um, I see a lot of times because I get people emailing me. I have an idea for a business. Okay, well, you know, email me what you have. Like, oh no, I got to talk on the phone. I got to tell you on the phone. And it's like, that to me is a red flag. Like, if you can't put it down, it doesn't have to be 10 pages, it doesn't have to be a nice PowerPoint, but if you can't put in 2 paragraphs what you're going to do, it means that you haven't, thought seriously enough about it yet.
Right, right, absolutely.